My name is Vernon Swaback. We're at SKYFIRE, which is a home that I designed. The story of this house is one that began just a little under a half-century ago. I was raised and lived in a crowded Chicago neighborhood, and through a variety of maneuvers from the University of Illinois to an interview with Frank Lloyd Wright, I boarded a train and came out to Phoenix, deployed at a train station which is no longer there, went past an empty area which is now the downtown, and for the rest of the 40 minutes or so it was pretty dark because there weren't many houses. I arrived at Taliesin West, which was like a Brigadoon experience because all the roofs were ablaze with light, and I was taken to a little sleeping quarter, and the next morning I was given a hod of mortar and a few tools, walked out to the desert and showed a half-finished tent and said, "This is your new home as soon as you complete it." But getting to this house, we found this site which we thought was just ideal because you can, even today, you can sit on this porch and look out and never see another house. That's a pretty amazing thing to say anywhere in Scottsdale. So you can sit on this terrace here, look out, seeing nothing but desert, watching the occasional airplane that crosses over and goes down and turns west into Sky Harbor Airport. And it is really just simply a way of life. It's more than a house. To talk about the design a little bit, it faces basically south. The living room has a high vaulted ceiling with clear story windows facing north, but there are fins coming down, and that's to shelter in the time of year when the sun moves a little bit to the north. It's just basically keeping the heat rays of the sun out of the house. And in many cases, I observed early on, there's a great emphasis on the front door, and too often I would go in and there's no there there. In other words, the front door gave some kind of notion that this is very important, and as you entered it became less important. So the difference here is you enter into a kind of a shaded area. It's fairly low overhead, a pair of wood grain doors and custom hardware. And when you open, you can see endlessly because it's all but glazed glass. There are no mullions, just glass. Looking over water, and it doesn't look like a swimming pool because there's no walking around it. It's a negative edge pool, which gets amazing sunsets and sunrises reflecting in it. So it's all a house sort of based not so much on style. The style is sort of the result of doing things that are meaningful for the time, the place, and the life to be lived within it.